Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I am your host, Ron Dichter. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I've got a little bit of a departure of my normal show, and I just want to briefly talk about a decision I made a year ago and the impact it's had on my life. So, I've never been a big drinker, like alcohol, but I always drank socially. Had one, two, occasionally three drinks, which I would get really silly. But last year, so just to put context on today's show, it is October 10th, 2025. And October 10th, 2024, I had made the decision about a month or so before my 50th birthday that I was going to stop drinking completely. And I was just going to do it for a month leading into my birthday just to see how I feel and really try to go into my 50s kind of feeling as good as I possibly can be. And as I got into, that first month, I was like, I felt pretty good. And so I had made the decision once I hit that 1 month mark that I'm just going to go to the end of the year, and ended up having, about 3 months in, and felt really good, and found that, things that I would normally do, like taking a, Uber or taxi to dinner, I was now driving everywhere and being the designated driver for friends. And then as I got into the end of the year, I was like, gosh, I'm just going to carry this through maybe for the first quarter. And, continued my streak of not drinking anything. And there was obvious benefits, but this isn't why I did it, of like you save a ton of money on alcohol and you can, as I said earlier, drive everywhere, not be worried about, getting in a car because, you weren't drinking. um, but the things that started happening is I started sleeping better. I slept through the night. I didn't wake up having to go to the bathroom. I would feel rested every morning, and it's funny. I sleep with my watch on, and it tracks my heart rate, and my beats per minute went down 10 to 15 beats per minute by not having any alcohol as I slept. And it's just all these things started happening in my life. And as I got to the 6 month mark, I said, I'm just going to make it a year. And today is that 1 year mark. So it's been 1 year since I've had any alcohol. Again, I didn't have addiction issues or anything like that. I just made a conscious decision to go into my 50s as healthy as I possibly can be to see what impact it has on my life. And I can tell you definitively that I feel better. I have more motivation. I sleep better. I don't think about, how I'm going to get to and from a event or a dinner. I just simply drive. I'm in more control. I also find myself not feeling the need to stay out as late. And ultimately, I feel like just better. And as I get into, my 50s here, and I'm about a month away from my 51st birthday, like I'm not saying I'm quitting forever because I've never really had a reason to quit in the first place, but I don't have any interest at this point in my life in drinking again. So again, I don't say this that there's anything wrong with drinking. I'm not telling you this because I want to shame you. Like there's nothing wrong with with alcohol in moderation. But for me, the impetus of wanting to start or stop leading up to my 50th birthday and the impacts it's had in my life have been profound and have made me feel better, made me more productive, and I don't see a reason why I would ever do it again. And one of the things that was really challenging in the beginning was, you go to dinner with some friends and they're uncomfortable with you not drinking because maybe they internally think maybe I should not drink, but I never really talked about it. I just didn't order a drink. And so what I started doing is ordering mocktails, which are actually pretty decent. And there's a lot of restaurants that are really starting to have more. And so, I just don't make it a thing. I don't talk about it. I don't really bring it up. I just simply order a mocktail or another drink and don't even mention it. And if someone says, "Oh, are you not drinking?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just not into it tonight," and don't really make it a thing. Again, whether it's drinking, whether it's smoking, whether it's drugs, whether it's working out, whether it's whatever, whatever your thing is that you've been holding back and not doing, now's a really good time to start. And I think my story of just the, benefits that I've found over the last 12 months by not drinking have really made me better, stronger, more productive, happier, frankly. And I'm don't see any reason why I'm going to go back at this point. So hope you find the strength to kick things that you don't want to do. Hope you find the benefits like I did. And as we go on our journey of projecting grandeur and trying to become the best that we can, I think putting our mind, putting our body physically in the best possible shape to help us achieve our goals. Well, I think it's going to make your life a lot easier. So anyway, a little bit of a departure from my normal rant, but hope you find this helpful. Please remember to like and comment. Most importantly, share. And thanks for being part of our community. I'm Ron Dichter. This is Projecting Grandeur. And until next time.